Hello guys, Garcia here, and welcome to Garcia Kinda Plays. So the idea of the channel, the focus is going to be basically on just playing games that I like and organizing the playthroughs in playlists so they can be easily accessed and stuff. So I decided to start with Vampire because it's my favorite game of all time, full disclosure. And I'm also playing the Clan Quest version, which I feel is the greatest version. I would say the greatest mod that has ever been done for the game. So explaining a little bit, Orange Cassidy for you wrestling fans out there. We are going to go with a new name. So explaining a little bit why I chose this game. Not only is my favorite game of all time, but also the game that I've played the most different versions of the game. So I've played Camarilla Edition, I've played Final Nights, I played the Extreme Edition, I played with the unofficial patch, I played the vanilla game, I played, not even remembering all of the versions that I played, but I played pretty much everything. The Prelude that they are producing right now, the World War II complete overhaul mod, which is awesome by the way. We might play this on the channel someday. So I have a long history of this game, played absolutely everything that the community has put forth. So I decided to start the channel with the gameplay of this game. It has been like 2 years since I've last played this game in its entirety. As you might have noticed for my stumbling, I am not a native speaker, so I will stumble here and there, but I hope I can be understood by you guys. So I've played the Clan Quest mod a lot, but I have not played with all the clans in this version. So I think Nosferatu, Tremere, and I think Ventru I haven't played, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to go with Tremere in this one because I haven't played with them. I'm pretty sure. Let's go with the male model. I like this one more. Let's see what histories do we have here. So just a quick explanation about the Clan Quest mod. It's the mod that adds the Sabbat chapter to the game after the Hallowbrook Hotel. Right at the tail end of the game, they added another entire chapter, fully voiced on East LA, based on Sabbat characters. So they expand a lot. The original game doesn't have a lot of Sabbat in it. They are alluded to, but they are not really used in the game a lot, other than the Shimisi, right? There's a Shimisi boss in the game, in Hollywood, as far as I remember. So this mod expands it, and clan quest, right? So it puts an extra quest for each clan of the game. So each clan is going to have an extra quest dedicated to them, specific to each one. So each gameplay is going to be different, and also adds a lot of minor quests to LA, to Santa Monica. I don't remember if they add something to Hollywood, but probably. So they add a bunch of new stuff. And at the end of the day, is the most robust version of the game that exists. The version that has the more stuff to do, and also uses the unofficial patch, so fixes a lot of bugs and stuff. So I feel like that's the best version that you can possibly play this game with or in. And now that I've talked a lot about a lot of stuff, let's go and choose our history here. So my idea with the Tremere usually they are more mental based characters, right? So and their discipline is obviously thaumaturgy here. So but we are not going to use it, mostly because most disciplines in this game that are not passive, that are like active disciplines that just do one thing the moment you activate them, I usually don't like. I usually avoid. I usually go for stuff like Auspex, for example, right? I don't know how to pronounce this in English, to be honest. So I'm just reading aspects maybe. So I usually avoid these activated disciplines. I usually go for like potence or celerity or presence, something more passive. So I usually use more these types of disciplines. So we're not going to go the thaumaturgy route. And I haven't played with a Tremere in a long time, and I know they have a different haven, right, with Maximilian Strauss in LA, and I don't know how to get it, so we are going to find out. I imagine that's probably given to us after the Plague Bearer quest, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. We'll be skipping the intro because we all have seen this 1,000 times, right? So, since we're not going to go this route, our only really good option would be Auspex, right? Or Auspix. I have to research how I say this. And Dominates, I also don't like a whole lot. It's kind of a clunky discipline, just like Thaumaturgy, I would say. So they are great when they are maxed out, but when they are halfway, they kind of don't matter a whole lot. You can play the game without it. It doesn't make a lot of a difference in most combats and stuff. So we are going to go the gun route and the Auspex or Auspix route. Auspex seems like the cousin of Asterix and Obelix. Auspex. So back here, history. So let's see. So swapping the priorities. This is not like I'm not going to roleplay, so I'm not necessarily going to read a whole lot. I'm just going to see what is better for our build here. So we start the game with 2 points to stealth, but it costs more experience to raise back your humanity points. This one is pretty good because I usually don't lose a lot of humanity points. In the Clan Quest mod, you can enter the Sabbat too, but we are not going to in this game. We are just going to play the chapter, I think, as Camarilla, but we'll see. This type of deal here costs less experience to raise one type and costs more to raise another type. I don't like a whole lot. It kind of closes a few options off, so I usually avoid those stories. So you can never raise for sure. This one we can't use. Natural regeneration, blood heal doesn't help. Lasts longer. We're not going to use it. And this one is good. Advancement in Auspex and Dominate costs you less experience. That's perfect. So we pay less to raise our Auspex here, but we cannot raise the Thaumaturgy, with which we are not going to use it anyway. So that's perfect. Let's think of a name here. Let's go with a classic. Just that's that's the pinnacle of the lack of creativity, right? Just backwards and forwards. Beautiful. So we are gonna put one in dexterity, which is the best in the early game, right? And mental attributes. Usually I put 1 point here in wits, but since we have 2 points, I am not going to put points on ranged right now. I usually don't use this at the beginning of the game. We usually go melee, right? So I'm going to put another point on wits. So we already going to have pretty decent hacking and pretty decent defense. As I said, I played this game like many times, but I don't like write down passwords and stuff. I don't like that kind of stuff. Kind of breaks the immersion for me. So I usually still use the hacking feat. Most people don't use it anymore, right? They just put the passwords on paper and read them and use them whenever they need them. But I don't like that kind of stuff, so we are going to use hacking. Talents, we are going to put 2 on dodge. We don't use anything else in this side here. So more defense, so our defense is pretty good right from the get-go. Here, we are going to put 1 in security, so we can raise our lockpicking here. Stealth, don't need at the beginning of the game, and firearms and melee, we are going to deal with those later. Here, we can put 1 point in computer, but not 2. because of the book that we're going to find. And in the Clan Quest version, we have rhetoric here. I think in the original game it's called scholarship, right? And only raises persuasion, right? So it's only one bonus here. But I'm going to put 2 points in rhetoric because we don't have charisma to. We don't have any point in socials, right? So we can't use it. And discipline-wise, we are going to go, as I said, Auspex. I still don't know which one, but we are going to go with this one. The first level, the first point that we put here puts us at level 2, which is already 60 seconds, which is amazing, and gives us 1 point to wits, so more hacking and more defense, and 1 point to perception, so we already have some extra ranged from the beginning of the game. So we are skipping the intro, our good old Castlevania boy here. So let's do it. It's been a while, so I need to relearn some of the controls, but other than that, we are probably good. We are going to go through the tutorial real quick because I don't like skipping, because we have to buy the lockpick thing, and I don't want to spend money on that. So we are just going to humor our boy here a little bit.
I'm Jack.
Okay, could use the help. Sure.
Now you look.
Drink of what?
Well, down around the corner.
This is probably the dialogue that I have read the most in my entire gaming career, by the way.
Now go for it.
At least 50 times. At least. So that's why I'm skipping it. There's a few dialogues that I really like that I never skip, but we are not going to read all the dialogues, otherwise this gameplay would be like 100 hours long. So let me just set this up here. I'm going to put Auspex on 1, and we're going to put Blood Heal on, no, actually 2, right? And we're going to put Blood Buff on 3. So 1, 2, 3. So let's do what Jack told us to do. I remember that the Clan Quest mod has an achievement system. I don't remember which key it is, if it's K or can't be K, L or J or whatever. Usually when we get one, it shows up on screen, so we'll see if I don't have one.
Alright, now you got the blood, you're feeling.
This is one of the mods that, as you can see, gives Jack the light gray eyes, which I like a lot.
Okay, now you get inside here and head upstairs. We'll meet up.
Okay. Let's go through this real quick. I'm not that rusty, right? If I forgot the one that jumps, I could absolutely. This is one part that I forget, the collision, the horrible collision that this game has. This game actually, if you played the other game that I'm going to cite here, you will say absolutely, but this game feels and plays a lot like Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4. It's very similar. Even the bugs and the problems are similar. Obviously the setting and a lot of the gameplay is very different, but the similarities are striking. And they kind of came out in similar epoch of games. Man, those gunshots are so loud. My God. And I lowered the volume so my voice could be heard over the game, but man, those gunshots are brutal. So let's go. I think 2 is enough here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, difficulty is 1, so it's impossible to fail.
Sure. Cool.
Sure.
It's the same. It's also keep bars. That party back there. All right, now don't.
Absolutely.
Do what you gotta. So look around here.
Okay, so let's get the thing. I don't remember the order that I have to do this. Oh, sorry. So safe. We have ridiculously high hacking for the beginning of the game. That's the best part about using. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the best part about using a mental-based character is that you can put 2 points on wits basically right away. So you are not going to have problem with hacking basically ever.
There we go. Now take that.
Okay. That's the most 2000s thing about this game is the reuse of assets, right? So you have samey guy A and samey guy B, and the 2 guys shooting at us at the same time.
Fucking waste. Now, when it,
All right.
remember what an innocent.
The Beast.
It's always
This is probably my favorite Jack line here.
when it.
I love this one.
The only way. All right, now.
I feel if they like release one day remake of Bloodlines, not the Bloodlines 2 that has been in production and stuff, replacing Jack is probably going to be the hardest one to replace. Him and LaCroix are the 2 that I would probably say are the most difficult to nail as a voice actor.
Not quite as good, huh? Hey, give it a.
Oh man, do I have to give it a try? As far as I remember, only like Ventrus, right, in this game don't feed on animals. I'm saying animals, but in this game, as far as I remember, it's just rats, right? I'm a little bit rusty, but pretty soon we'll get the hang of it again. Sure.
Keep it down. Not too much of a threat. The building. All right, go.
This is another thing. I was doing the comparison with Elder Scrolls Oblivion earlier. This is another part where they are super similar. The super weird way that sneaking works, right? You can sneak right in the face of people, and they will only see you if the bar gets red, right? In this game. So there's nothing to do with them seeing you or not. It's just a distance-based mechanic, right? So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Inside here. Seems actually the Sabat. He's probably. He is a victim. Go get him.
Okay, so we can punch them out. Auspex is not going to help us here, so let's just punch the guy. And man, not having anything or melee is absolutely terrible. The 2 best early game weapons are the knife and the fire axe. I don't remember if you can get the fire axe in the Ocean House Hotel. I don't remember if in this mod you can get. We'll see.
All right, head down into the basement through the grate in there.
Sure.
Keep that tire in handy. I'll be there in a minute.
There's a guy here, so I think I need to save just to be sure that I don't pick the wrong option here.
Stop! You! Just stay back. Keep your distance. Now, who the hell are you?
Yes.
No. Yeah, okay.
Better stay so I can get the extra humanity. I usually play as a Toreador. That is the clan I played the most. I'm not getting the prompt to kill the dude here. I think I need to equip the tire iron here. Now I did. So because I played Toreador a lot, I'm always wary of humanity changes, because Toreador, they lose double and they gain double.
Sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabat's getting scattered.
So now we have to use. They are saying for us we need to use blood buff, but not really. We have pretty high lockpicking skills here. So which one? Okay, so we already are going to use Auspex here. Not that it helps, but at least gives us a little bit more defense. I usually play this game melee. I don't play with guns a whole lot.
I think they're clearing out. Meet you there.
I prefer the melee combat in the game. So now we have to use Thaumaturgy here. My problem with this activated discipline is less with how the mods do it or how the original game does it, but they are just not that fun to use, I would say. So I used the wrong one here. I need to use Blood Strike. Yes, that's it. Because, for example, Thaumaturgy uses a lot of blood. So I rather just activate one that lasts like 2 minutes and just fight the guys off than keeps activating different stuff. So I was talking, I forgot to look, so I need to use Dominate here, right? I was using the wrong one. I probably can just use Dominate and go, right? But let's kill the guy. Come on, dude. There are a few clans that obviously are beyond broken, like the Malkavians, for example, which are brutal when you use them in physical combat, especially when you come out of obfuscation. I don't remember which key. E. All right.
Huh?
Go. Okay, so we are getting our first gun here.
Well, head up.
Okay. So let's see. Are you going? I don't have a lot of range yet. Well, it's just what? That's pretty good. Using guns early on in this game is a nightmare. The guns that you get early are pretty bad. Even the shotgun, I would say, is not that good. It's kind of clunky to use because you have to reload it, and the reload animation is just ridiculous. It takes forever. So I'm not going to shoot the guy here. Just going to punch him. The one guy that we might have to use something other than physical attacks might be Gimbal, the guy from the prosthetics shop, because he does aggravated damage in some mods. I don't remember if he does in this one. The last one that I played was like Final Night, so I don't remember that well, but we'll see.
That's it, kiddo. Until the next night when the camp. Well, to be honest, you came at an
Interesting time.
Let's say. Now, if you make it back, stop in at the last round.
Hopefully I was able to keep the gun there.
I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
I don't know what's the clan quest for the Tremere specifically. I have no idea what's the trigger, so I'll have to research a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to just play the game in one sitting. This game is huge, so. But we'll find out what it is. So just doing the basics here, getting the basic quests and stuff. I forget that this game doesn't use escape. blood packs, okay. So I already got the money. Email, I think is Sunrise. Okay, so reminder. Kilpatrick, welcome. Mercurio. I'm going to be using his name or talking his name like this, Mercurio, because I'm Brazilian, so I have a huge difficulty in saying like Mercurio or something like that as you guys pronounce. I can't, so I'm going to go with Mercurio. I hope you guys don't mind. So I remember that blood buff gives me 2, as far as I remember, or maybe not. Let me see. So blood buff, we get 1 actually, not 2, with the one we have. So wow, just 8 to raise aspects. That's going to be awesome. So I still don't have enough lock picking. I think this door is 5, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll have to wait for the quest to open this door. Yes. So there you go, I still remember. The Carnival of Death. Alright. I always check this room for no reason, because I know there's nothing here, but I always enter, I'm like, maybe this time, you know? But not really. I always wanted a mod to use this door here, to like put a neighbor in or something, but to this day nobody used it. I don't even know if you can put something there. There's several limitations with vampire modding, right? As you can see, we have different back screens here on this mod too. There you go, dude.
Very nice, thank you.
It's okay. Basically paying for a Big Mac, right? That's a well-educated vampire right here. My man. So because I lowered the volume, just swallowing here. So because I lowered the volume, the music is not going to be as loud, but I love Santa Monica's music. But during the fights, the lower volume is going to come in clutch because the gunshots in this game are very loud.
Yeah. Waiting for that Afraid I'm a little short on cash right now.
So I wasn't able to get the cash from this dude here. I don't have super high persuasion. 3 at the beginning of the game. In the beginning of the game is good, but it's not like ridiculous. Like Toreadors usually can have a super high persuasion in the beginning of the game. This guy, for some reason,
Don't touch me.
the eyes in this game are so weird. Everybody looks like they are hypnotized or on drugs or something, you know. But that's part of the charm, right? Hey, man.
How's it going?
Talk about looking high. This guy's the world champion of looking high. I'd like to say something. What's your name? Hey, Trip.
Thanks.
I am new to Santa Monica. Is it
not a
that
big
obvious? Why did they come here? Are you doing drugs?
No.
There's a clinic
not
across the
really.
road. Da-da-da.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
It's not a big. Thanks for coming.
Do you sell weapons? I'm not
You know, you
convinced.
really. Well,
There you go.
okay.
So that's the advantage of even having. I have 90 and I have a knife at 490. It's kind of tempting because
Thanks for coming back.
the knife is actually pretty good in the beginning of the game.
Here's what we
The
got
fire
today.
iron is just absolutely atrocious, but $7 is not going to help me a whole lot. So in this the clan quest version, we got the quest from Trip. Not all versions have this quest. This quest is not in the base game, as far as I remember. So we got our first quest for the hospital. So let's talk to the most annoying dude in the game
Need
here.
something, pal? Oh man,
You're a vampire, aren't you? Come on. Oh, man. You...
That's one of the parts in the game that I find the weirdest, because the guy's like calling you a vampire like in the front of the hospital. So weird. Should be like a very secret thing and masquerade and stuff, but yeah.
It's awesome.
Let's not mistreat the guy here. I don't like mistreating anybody in any game, so I usually don't do the evil route. I'm a very polite person. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm just am, so I avoid mistreating people, even in video games and stuff. I don't fight online or stuff like that. I'd rather use my time on something else.
Those mothers ripped me off.
Mercurio,
I got
stay with me. What happened?
All right. Jeez. I show up at the beach with the money. Never should have gone. Those
So you don't have the Astrolite.
playing in a pool.
How do I get back?
Gotta.
Is there anything else I can do to help you? I'll bring something back.
One more.
Good to know. I chose the wrong option in the beginning, so I thought I would lose the morphine quest. He asks you to bring some morphine for him. He's a ghoul. I don't remember if he's Lacroix's ghoul or someone near to Lacroix, close to Lacroix. So I don't remember, but I know that it takes a while for them to heal. So morphine, I suppose, still works on ghouls. I don't remember the rules for the game. This guy that just vanished here, I think he's connected to the library quest, which is another extra quest that the Clank Quest mod uses. I think the library quest is on downtown LA. We're in Santa Monica, so still a ways off. So let's talk to Kilpatrick here. Good old Kilpatrick. This is a character that I feel is very underused in the game. He should be used again, but the game was published basically half-baked anyway, so talking about what's missing from the game is kind of pointless, right?
Welcome to Kilpatrick. Yep, sure.
My
I got
man.
it. Well, my
Okay.
hell yeah. Of course. You. Yep. Well, great. Sure.
Alright, so we already have... I'm going to avoid this quest for now, because as I said, the only combat that's really hard here early is going to be him, the Gimbal, which is related to this quest here. The other one is the Asian Vampire. There's also the blood, how would I say this, blood creature on the Gallery Noir quest. But by then I will have a few extra points, so we'll see if that helps. I don't know if firearms work on that particular boss. I don't think so.
Ooh, what do we have here?
Who
I'm
are
the
you? Aren't you a tease?
I am.
Okay, goodbye. Actually, I think I picked the wrong dialogue there. I'm almost 100% sure. I should have, like, kiss her ass more here. I'm almost 100% sure I picked the wrong one, but whatever. This lady is just blocking the door. If you have ever played Skyrim, this lady is like Lydia, that one follower that blocks every door and gets mad when you complain about her blocking the door. I'll keep dancing here while she doesn't move. Funny thing about this game is that every time you start dancing, everybody else stops dancing and they readjust to kind of dance with you. So weird. There you go. Oh my god. Unbelievable. This is completely unbelievable. You cannot make this stuff up. She like moved, but she moved in a way that I still cannot move. That's amazing. And we are in Elysium, so I cannot kill her or anything like that. That's just very rude, man. I still have to go to the beach. I have to go get the Lily quest, but I'm gonna go to the apartment first to get the Carson quest, which is Arthur just gave it to me. By the way, I have a lot of trouble with th in English, so Arthur, that's very difficult. I have to think before I speak anything that has like th in it.
Check, check.
So I might stumble a little bit.
God, I hate these things.
Firearm book, it's pretty
Anyway,
good.
The McGee case is getting weirder all the time. I found
McGee.
where he's been hiding, and I saw some really creepy stuff.
I
down
think the
there.
password is
There
Amalia,
was,
if I'm not
no sign of
mistaken.
McGee. I'm gonna follow up on another lead I got
Location.
too. I updated the files on the computer.
Key.
This is Carson signing off.
Right. Yeah, it was Amalia. I remember the name Amalia because she's a character in the game. We meet her like in the Nosferatu Warrens, right? She's one of the Nosferatu. Trying to remember all the characters and stuff. So let's go to the beach. Who are these people? I always think when I see this, are these bands real? Because they might as well be, right? The soundtracks on several places in the game are actual musics by actual bands, right? Not made for the game specifically. Especially like Swamped, like, which is the Lacuna Coil music. Hey,
There.
what?
Never mind.
I don't think I need to speak with her like ever, basically. Nor this dude. His quest is like in Hollywood. So I just need to talk to E right now.
It's like I've told you. You should try. You mean you ain't?
Nope.
We're getting pretty. Dunno. We all seem to have come to clan. I just come. She had a natural beauty.
Speaking of Thin Bloods, recently was released. Recently, I'm recording this in January of
Clinically,
2023, right?
Honestly.
So
That's what Lily tried.
recently was released the Undisciplined Cative mod,
Hope you have better luck.
another version of it.
Oh, we'd appreciate it. Seems no one.
I never played that mod too. That's the only mod I think I've never played. So we might play it later, after we play the Clan Quest version. This guy, I don't know if I can speak with him right now, because I think I need more persuasion. I might just use my 4 points right now, just to have the persuasion. Oh, I need the bubble gum, right? Actually, in the Clan Quest version, we have, I think it's called Bubble Bum, or something like that, which is like a chewing gum that destroys vampiric teeth, the canines. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure in this mod there are several mods that have this too.
Move along.
The weird thing about playing a lot of mods is that some mods use some things that other people made, other mods don't, so you never know exactly which mod is which. There you go, Bubble Bum. That's the. So the idea is selling to him
Didn't I tell you to get away from there?
the blood packs, the steak, and the bubble bun or bum. Another thing that I like about this mod is that they actually use the pier later on in the game, so we get to go until the end there. So let's see if the guy is willing here. Who doesn't?
If they had vamp.
Holy steak.
Okay.
How
Sure, if it's unicorn blood.
unicorn?
Yes.
I'll buy it.
There you go. Also find some special chewing gum to erode your fangs. I can't believe that someone would ever believe any of that. One of the Thin Bloods believes everything you say. No shit, man. The bubble bum thing is just hilarious. So the first quest that I usually do in the game is always the Astrolite one, because I can get guns here, either actual like revolvers or at least the knife.
Help you?
Sure, man, let me in.
Okay, you can go on in. And if you really want to make my night, go ahead and start some shit in there, because I would love it.
Alright, man. I'll remember that. So I can persuade this guy, but I usually don't. I usually just go for broke here because I want the items. So I'm just going to save here in case this goes poorly, but usually doesn't. It's not that hard of a game, really. He has the baseball bat, which is the second worst weapon in the game, so I'm not going to even bother using it. Just get it to sell later. There you can see my ultra high defense is coming in clutch here, because without any weapons it's very hard to punch the guys down with low melee skills. Another thing, in the Clan Quest mod, as far as I remember, you don't heal when you are feeding on people, you just heal using blood heal. So I have to remember to use it while I'm fighting, and then leave a guy for me to feed on later. Come on, dude. Thank you. Let me see if it's the only one left. Nope. So there you go, guys. You can see my actual HP is not raising alongside the blood. So I basically have to deal with them separately. There's some items here too. Not here. Here. Oh, bloodlines, come on. I actually never kept the money here. I always give the money back. I don't know if you gain humanity points or something. Let me see if I can get his blood. Well, thank God for the horrible collision, huh? Pretty useful. Jesus, this guy has blood. My God. There you go. So, Astrolite. Am I forgetting something? No money. Cars, stereos here? I don't think so. So we got the baseball bat, which is horrible, but we got 24 shots now. So 24 bullets. I don't know if I'm going to use that, but at least we have it. So I think here's a good place to finish this video. So this was the first part. So we'll continue Santa Monica in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.